who are, at that moment, operating 70 feet underground in a fortified bunker.
TBI.
TBI.
Charlie 02.
This is a nuclear missile launch facility. And those two missileers, Lieutenant Rich Namath, age 25, and Lieutenant Michelle Del Toro, 23, have won the honor of launching an intercontinental ballistic missile.
Unlock code Romeo Echo.
It's a procedure that nuclear launch officers have been rehearsing in underground silos for decades, long before these two were even born.
Okay, here we
What's
go.
different about tonight, the reason it's called a glory trip for them, is because this time it's no drill.
3, 2, 1, mark.
Get it up, there, go! Go!
That is a Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missile in its first seconds of flight. 60 feet tall, 200 tons. It's the mainstay of America's nuclear arsenal. It's built to carry 3 thermonuclear warheads that can hit and destroy any 3 cities in the world in just half an hour. 3 warheads bursting into the night sky in the South Pacific. And all 3, we are told, striking precisely on target. You understand what he is talking about when you consider the power of the weapon he and his fellow missileers are prepared to launch. Just 1 thermonuclear warhead, the kind America uses to arm its ICBMs, carries more destructive power than 20 of the atomic bombs that destroyed Hiroshima.
It's fairly quiet on alert, so you have a lot of time for reflection.
That the missile they are set to launch within minutes carries not 1, but 10 warheads. And it's not just 1 peacekeeper they control from these facilities, but 10. The bottom line equation for them is 10 missiles, 100 cities. The possibility that 1 man could trigger the end of civilization as we know it.
There's launched within minutes.
Yes, sir.
But this is something most people assumed that we didn't have to worry about anymore.
No Russian missiles are pointed.
General Yakovlev deployed 10 new Topol missile exercise since the end of the Cold War.
There's no site checks due, sir, and no problems with the personnel, no weather warnings.
Sounds good. Captain Stanton, ready to authenticate. Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, Golf, Hotel, Victor. Yep.
How's it going? Good. How's the weather topside?
Oh, just fine.
Excellent.
Morning.
How you doing? What do you have for us today?
Everything looks to be normal.
LF status.
All sorties are clean and green with the exception of Oscar 11. You have maintenance on site for 2 more hours.
Soviet presence in East Germany. A maneuver described by the Soviets as protective.
Come on.
Take up.
Roger, 159 is clear for takeoff on lane 5.
2-8 clear ground.
External post checked on. Stand by start.
Get him up.
2-8 up. 2 good cooks.
159er.
And yes, Orange Tower, 613. Privilege will take off. Juliet. 5, 3, 6, 1. Over there. So we missed it this time. Take off runway 31.
access to the keys and the authentication documents at this time.
And you have your key here.
Yes, sir.
Adam Baker, 7. Can I get a reading, please?
Go ahead and lock it in.
Check your monitor. That's good. Charlie 1.
I gotta go.
Stand by to copy the message. Standing by.
Clack. Message follows. Alpha 7 8 November Foxtrot 1 5 2 2.
Capsule? Yes, sir. This is Oscar 11. We just started, sir. Why?
You gotta get out of here!
Stand by to copy the message.
Standing by.
Message follows.
That's a JCS execution from the president.
I agree on message valid also.
Step 1. Launch keys inserted.
Roger.
Let's enable the missiles. Program
Roger.
select switch. Enable. Flight
Roger.
all. LFO. Unlock code inserted.
Stand by. Unlock codes inserted.
Enable switch. Enable.
It's enabled.
Coordinate. Enable command.
Yes, this is Oscar. We're doing all call enable. Thank you.
Key turn on my mark.
Standing by.
5 4.
You kids come in here right now.
On there.
What's going on?
Those are Minueman missiles.
Like a test, sort of. Like a warning?
They're on their way to Russia. They take about 30 minutes to reach their target. So do theirs, right?
Missile warning, this is Beale. Confidence is high. I repeat, confidence is high. Roger, we've got 32 targets in track and 10 impacting points. I want to confirm, is this an exercise? Roger, copy. This is not an exercise.
Roger, understand. Major Reinhardt, we have a massive attack against the U.S. net at this time. ICBMs. Numerous ICBMs. Roger, understand. Over.
Hey! Oh, come on, baby. Don't die on me now. Oh.
In August 1970, the Strategic Air Command conducted an operational base test of the Minuteman missile at Grand Forks Air Force Base, North Dakota. The test was named Giant Prophet and employed modified operational missiles designated MOM. The objective was to assess the launch reliability of the Minuteman force. For this test, 10 operational missiles were specially modified at Hill Air Force Base, Utah, and transported to Grand Forks. They were then postured and underwent a simulated launch. The launch provided a test of the missile and interfacing operational ground equipment from key to turn through simulated ignition. Modification of the operational missiles was accomplished at Plant 77 of the Ogden Air Materiel Area, Hill Air Force Base. To preclude motor propellant ignition, the safing and arming devices for the missile were modified by removing the igniters and installing ignition prevention devices. A plunger assembly was installed in the Stage 1 interstage panel to indicate ignition was accomplished. Successful ignition would cause the plunger to be extended. Other squib-fired circuits were similarly inactivated. The arm-disarm switch for interstage removal was rendered safe by removal of the propellant charge. The liquid injection thrust vector control arm-disarm switch was inactivated by removal of the propellant charge and terminating all electrical signals. Each stage was marked MOM for Modified Operational Missile. After all ignition and squib-fired devices were inactivated, the MOM was assembled, minus the reentry vehicle and guidance and control unit. A shipping and storage container was used to transport the MOM from Hill Air Force Base to Grand Forks. At the base, the MOM was transferred from the shipping and storage container to the transporter erector. Once the missile was transferred to the transporter erector and secured, it was then moved to the test launch facility. At the launch facility, the transporter erector was used to install the missile into the launcher. Normal operational maintenance procedures were used in the installation of the MOM. No special procedures were devised for this installation. The MOM was connected in the same manner as an alert configured missile. For the Giant Prophet test, a reentry vehicle simulator was employed in place of the operational reentry vehicle. In all other respects, with the igniter removed, the MOM was identical to operational missiles on alert at Grand Forks launch facilities. Operational ground and flight program tapes were incorporated. One flight of 10 modified operational missiles and one launch control center were used for this test. The test was initiated by an exercise execution message transmitted from headquarters, Strategic Air Command. Missile combat crews accomplished all required launch actions. For this test, emergency combat crew procedures utilizing 2 crews were required. The test flight was electrically isolated from the remainder of the wing's operational missiles, and test unique enable and launch codes were used. Enable and launch commands were actually transmitted to the MOMs using operational alert equipment. As part of the test, one launcher closure door was exercised. It was successfully operated during the terminal countdown sequence. The guidance and control unit umbilical cable was successfully separated. Stage 1 ignition was accomplished as indicated by the extension of the plunger. All test objectives of Giant Prophet were met, and this test was considered a success. After the test, each MOM was replaced by an operational missile, and the launch facility was restored to its full alert configuration. Other tests employing modified operational missiles are planned for the remaining Minuteman wings. The successful completion of this test indicated that the Minuteman missile could actually have been launched from an operational launch control facility.